Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take your sources, extract the key insights, and, well, give you a shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we're diving into a framework that really helps product teams understand what makes customers tick, and maybe more importantly, what makes them say, wow. You've shared some great material on the Kano model, guiding product success through customer emotion. So our mission today, let's unpack this for product thinkers. Help you understand how to prioritize features by digging deeper into users' emotional responses, not just what they say they want.
Yeah, and what's truly insightful, I think, about the Kano model is how it pushes us beyond just a simple checklist of features. It really makes you think differently. It encourages us to consider the different ways features impact users, from preventing frustration, which is key, to sparking genuine delight. It's all about understanding that fundamentally not all features carry the same weight.
Okay, so if it helps us think beyond a checklist, what exactly is the core idea here? It sounds like it's not just about what to build, but maybe how users feel about what you build. So you sort features into categories based on that emotion.
Precisely, yeah. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it offers a really sophisticated way to sharpen a product roadmap, make it much more user-focused, more impactful. Some features are just non-negotiable. They're deal breakers if they're missing. Others, well, they directly improve satisfaction the more you refine them. And then, there's that special category. The ones that can delight users so much, they actually become product evangelists. Definitely a spectrum, not just a binary yes or no.
Right, a spectrum.
Yeah.
So how do we break that down? What are these distinct categories Kano identify? Let's get into those 5 feature types.
Okay. So the first type is must-be, or basic needs. These are absolutely foundational. Think of them as the table stakes. Users totally expect them, even if they never, say out loud. And if they're missing or broken, users are immediately frustrated, or they'll just leave. But here's the thing. Delivering them perfectly doesn't actually increase satisfaction. It just prevents dissatisfaction. For product teams, the real challenge often isn't just identifying them, but making absolutely sure they never fail.
Okay. So these are the features where good enough is basically invisible, but anything less than perfect is catastrophic. Like logging into your bank app and expecting to see your balance. You don't thank the app for showing it.
Exactly.
But you'd be furious if it didn't show up.
Precisely. You got it. So moving on, we have performance features, sometimes called linear needs. Now, these features are directly tied to user satisfaction, but in a, linear way. The better you deliver on them, the happier users get. The worse they are, the unhappier users become. It's pretty straightforward. More effort, more satisfaction.
Okay, so for these, there's a clear payoff. Improvement equals increased happiness, like the speed of an app loading maybe, or battery life on a phone. You invest in making it faster, users are generally happier.
Exactly right. Speed, accuracy, storage space, battery life, those kinds of things. Now, what truly sets these next features apart? Are they the ones that create that sort of intangible magic?
You must mean the excitement features, or delighters. These sound like the fun ones.
They really are. These are features users don't expect at all. Honestly, they probably haven't even thought to ask for them. But when they experience them, they're genuinely thrilled, surprised even. The layers often drive brand loyalty and that really crucial word-of-mouth marketing.
That's fascinating. But how do teams actually find these potential delighters? Is it just asking users, or is it more subtle, like observing them?
That's a great question. And it's often more subtle. It's not just about surveys, although they can play a part. It's often about deep observation. Watching user behavior, looking for those little friction points they've just learned to live with. Or sometimes it's about anticipating future needs or trends. A really great delighter often solves a problem the user didn't even realize they had until, poof, it's gone. Think about like when an app automatically syncs your flight booking into your calendar and adjusts the time zone for you.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
You probably never asked for it specifically, but it saves time and it's just a pleasant surprise. That's a classic delighter.
Okay. And then we have features that just don't really seem to make much difference either way.
Yeah.
The indifferent ones.
Right. Indifferent. These, they don't really move the needle on satisfaction for most users. Whether you include them or not, satisfaction levels don't really change much. So spending time and resources on them often means adding development costs without much, if any, return in user value. A fancy loading animation might be an example. Some might notice it the first time, maybe think it's cool, but most won't care long term. It certainly won't influence their overall satisfaction much.
That makes sense. Don't waste effort there. Okay, and finally, features that can actually hurt the experience. reverse features.
Yeah, reverse. And this raises a really important point. What if a feature actually creates a negative experience for a decent chunk of your users? That's a reverse feature. While maybe a small group might like them, a larger group will actively dislike them. You often see this with things like maybe over-personalization that feels creepy, or overly flashy UI elements that get in the way. Common example, auto-playing videos in an app or on a
Oh,
website.
definitely annoying.
Right. Some might be impressed initially, but for many, it's just intrusive. Especially if they're on limited data or, in a quiet public place, it can actively make their experience worse.
Okay, so this framework, the Kano model, is clearly not just theory. How do product teams actually use this? How does it shape strategy in practice?
Oh, it's very practical. The first step is really about asking better questions. For each feature you're considering, you ask users two specific paired questions. First, how do you feel if this feature is present? And second, crucially, how do you feel if this feature is absent? And users choose from a set of responses, usually something like, I like it, I expect it, I'm neutral, I can tolerate it, or I dislike it. The real insight comes from the pairing of those two answers. That's what helps you categorize the feature. For instance, if someone says they like it when it's present, but are just neutral if it's absent, that strongly suggests it might be a delighter.
Ah, I see. So the value isn't just the individual answer, but the combination. Understanding the why behind the classification. Okay, so once you've gathered that feedback, the next step is to sort features based on responses.
Exactly. You start tagging your features based on the patterns in the responses, and honestly, it can be incredibly revealing. You might find out that feature you thought was a guaranteed wow is actually just expected now, or that some cool, flashy idea you had is really just noise, an indifferent feature. This quantitative approach helps cut through internal biases and assumptions.
Right, grounding it in actual user feeling. And then finally, you prioritize your roadmap accordingly. What does that actually look like? How do you make those trade-offs?
Well, the prioritization flows pretty logically from the categories. Your must-be features, they're mandatory, non-negotiable. They have to work reliably, so they form the foundation of your product. Get those right first. Performance features are where you often compete. These should be continually improved because better performance usually leads directly to higher satisfaction and can be a key differentiator. Delighters. These are added strategically. You sprinkle them in where they can create significant emotional impact and differentiation. But you use them sparingly, they're often costly to find and build well. Indifferent features. Generally, you can drop these from the roadmap. Save your resources for things that matter more to users. And reverse features. Well, these need careful handling. You might need to revisit them, maybe make them optional, or perhaps even remove them entirely to avoid actively alienating users.
Okay, that prioritization makes a lot of sense. And to be even clearer, maybe we could walk through that travel app example again.
Yeah.
How would Kano apply there?
Sure. So for a travel app, a functional flight search and booking system absolutely must be. If users can't find or book flights reliably, the app is basically useless, right?
Totally useless. Gone.
Exactly. Now, if those search results load incredibly fast and the filters are really intuitive and easy to use, that's a strong performance factor. The faster and smoother it works, the more users will enjoy using the app, the more likely they are to come back.
Okay, performance is speed and ease of use in that case.
Right. Now, for a delighter, imagine the app automatically detects your flight itinerary from your email or calendar. Then it syncs it, provides real-time gate change alerts, maybe even gives you weather updates for your destination city, all before you even think to ask for it.
Yeah, it feels pretty magical. Takes work off my plate.
Exactly. Users probably didn't explicitly request that whole integrated flow, but it saves time and just feels really helpful. That's a potential delighter.
Indifferent.
Maybe a really flashy, complex loading animation when searching. It looks cool the first time, perhaps, but after that, users barely notice it. It doesn't really add value. That's likely indifferent.
Gotcha. And reverse?
Sticking with the travel app, maybe auto-playing promotional videos of destinations every time you open a certain section.
Oh, yeah.
Could be really annoying, right? Especially for users who just want to quickly check a flight status or prefer quiet browsing or worried about data usage. That could easily fall into the reverse category for many.
This brings up a really interesting point, though. A features category. It isn't fixed forever, is it? What's a delighter today might just be expected tomorrow.
Absolutely. And that's one of the most critical and honestly challenging aspects for product teams using this model. Things change. What used to be an exciting wow feature can sometimes quite rapidly shift into must-be territory. User expectations evolve, competitors catch up, technology matures. Think about mobile check deposit in banking apps. Years ago, that was amazing. A true wow feature, a delighter.
Oh, definitely. It felt revolutionary.
Right. Now, it's considered pretty basic. It's essentially a must-be feature for most users of mobile banking apps. If a new app launched without it, people would notice, and not in a good way. So this means Kano analysis isn't a one-time thing you do in the start. It really needs to be revisited regularly. You have to keep checking the pulse as your product matures and the market landscape changes. Otherwise, you risk, investing heavily in something that's no longer a delighter, or worse, failing to meet the evolving baseline expectations those must-be's. So if we kind of zoom out and connect this to the bigger picture, the Kano model isn't just another tool or framework. It's really a mindset shift. It pushes product thinkers, designers, everyone involved to move beyond just a flat list of features and to start thinking deeply in terms of customer emotion, perception, and the dynamic nature of their expectations over time.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener, as you maybe approach product development, or even just as you evaluate the products you use every single day? So it's like it's really about sharpening your focus. Get the basics absolutely right, those most ones. Compete hard on performance where it matters. And then, strategically, surprise and delight your users. That seems to be how products become truly memorable, how they build loyalty and maintain their edge in what's always a changing market. So here's something to think about. Where do you see these different feature types must be? Performance, delighters, indifferent, even reverse at play in the apps, tools, and experiences you interact with daily. And how might recognizing them influence your own approach to anything you happen to be building or creating? It's a really fascinating lens to view the world through, isn't it? Something to mull over until our next deep dive. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share it, with others who might benefit too. To learn more about product management and digital marketing, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.